This is Focus with Jack Caudill.
Good evening, I'm Jack Caudill. Welcome to this month's edition of Focus. This month we're talking Rapid City Rush hockey. 3 guests with us tonight to help us do that. Scott Burt, the head coach and general manager of the Rush with his 4th season as the head coach here in Rapid City. Ryan Wagner, he is a forward from Park Ridge, Illinois in his 1st season with the Rapid City Rush. And Charles Martin, a defenseman from Blainville, Quebec, Canada in his 3rd season with the Rapid City Rush. And the Rapid City Rush expansion franchise in the CHL announced back in 2007. They started play in the 2008-2009 season, won the President's Cup in their 2nd season here. The team moved to the ECHL for the 2014-2015 season, now starting up their 17th season in Rapid City. We'll start with Coach Scott Burt. Obviously, you guys just a few games in, didn't start the way you would like it to start. What's the outlook for the team this year as you see it?
Well, you know what, I'm actually pretty pleased with the the work ethic from our group, the attitude from our group, the culture that's been set, the guys coming in, and the expectation. Obviously, it hasn't started out the way we wanted to. If you go back and you rewatch games and you dissect it, there's a couple lucky goals here and there, but as long as the guys continue to work like they have been, their time's going to be coming the right way.
Ryan, how about you? What do you see when you look at the team you got here this year?
Kind of to piggyback off Coach, a lot of hard workers and a lot of guys that aren't going to quit. I mean, nobody wants to start the season 0-4. I mean, nobody wants to lose any games, but we know where we stand, we know where we have to get to, and I believe in this group 100%.
Charles, how about you? What's your outlook for the Rush this year?
I think it's a good-looking team. We had a couple guys come back from the years before, a lot of new guys coming in too. It's starting to gel pretty good, so no, just excited for the upcoming season.
Coach, a lot of turnover from year to year in minor league hockey. What's the challenge? You don't have a lot of time in training camp. What's the challenge of bringing these guys together and making a team out of them?
Well, the challenge is right from the get-go. This isn't Florida. This isn't Jacksonville or Salt Lake City where there's millions of people around there, right? This is Rapid City, South Dakota. So for us, when we're recruiting players, it's players that want to come here. It's players that want to be a part of this community. It's players that maybe from the Minnesota area, or players that maybe like to go fly fishing or like to hike or whatnot, right? So for us, we're looking at those types of players as well as good hockey players, right? And at the end of the day, the players that come here, we're going to give them every opportunity and every chance, right? For us, our goal is to create the culture here, is bringing these guys in and having the understanding of what Rapid City is all about, and wanting to play here and wanting to come to the rink excited and put on a good performance for the fans, right? So for us, it's building. Obviously, we're affiliation with the Calgary Flames, and they're working hard with us as well too, right? Bringing the right players in that they want developed, and when I mean develop, it's developing the player both on the ice and off the ice, and obviously for the opportunity to play at the next level, right? So we're doing that down here. We're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to build. We're going to continue to find players, and we'll continue to put the best group that we can on the ice.
Now, you talk about recruiting guys. What is the sales pitch to convince a guy to come to Rapid City, South Dakota?
Well, it's about development, obviously, first and foremost. I think this is a unique spot, maybe 80,000 people that live here, right? So you're always going to be seen, you're always going to be noticed wherever you go, right? So for us, we're treated very well by ownership, which is huge, and they back us up 100%. And what these guys get, gone are the days where maybe we were bussing everywhere. We fly everywhere, and that's a testament to our group and our ownership saying, hey, listen, this is what we're doing. We're going to bring you guys in. We're going to treat you guys the right way, right? So every single player wants to move on, right? And when I say move on, it's move up to the next level or maybe continue their hockey career over in Europe. So our job is to develop them. Our job is to put the best players that we can on the ice to help them develop. And for them is bring the good and the right attitude every single day, and we'll continue to push them.
Ryan, you arrived, this is your 1st season here in Rapid City. What was Rapid City? What made you decide to come here?
Coach had a big part in that. We had a few phone calls, and instantly, right away, we had a great connection, and I knew he was someone that I could not only love to play for, but also learn a lot. And then my wife and I had visited the hills. We've done a few camping trips in the South Dakota area, And it was kind of a no-brainer. She ended up getting a job out here, actually right down the street at Rapid City Medical Center. So we're very happy to be here and just excited to get the team going.
All right, Charles, you're now in your 3rd season in Rapid City. What was it that keeps bringing you back here?
Well, Coach has been talking about development a lot, and for me, right away when I first came in, it was a little bit unexpected on my side. Like, I didn't expect a call from Coach at that point, so I was just really happy for the opportunity. And then over the last 2 years, I think my game developed a lot just being here. So just coming back was an easy decision to kind of just bring my game to the next level and keep working here. So.
Now, Coach, you talk about trying to get these guys moved up the ladder. What does it take for a player here to get noticed and get that shot up in the AHL or the NHL?
Well, for us, it's to get eyes on these players, right? And the only way I know to do that is to win hockey games. So we'll turn things around. But if you look at the progression of where this organization has come from, they were in the bankruptcy, right? Mm-hmm. To where they are, to our ownership taking over, and there was a lot of stuff that was going on, right? To where we are now. I'll go back to Charles a little bit. Charles came out of Division III school, right? He's worked himself into an AHL contract with Calgary Wranglers. So he's on the right move there. Ryan's played in the American League for the last 6 years, right? So he's now taken a leadership role, maybe where he hadn't had before, right? So now this is his team. This is an opportunity for him to take that charge. And for us, I think we have 6 guys that are in contract with Calgary, right? So every single day we're in talks with them. They're GM and Calgary Flames GM, so we do a lot of stuff with them. But it's developing the players on and off the ice, right? And having them understand, hey, listen, we're going to push you guys and we're going to grind you guys. But at the end of the day, our goal is to get you guys out the door. And when I mean out the door, it's out the door to the next level. And when I push them to the next level, I don't want to see them again. And if I do, you know what? Then our job is to get them right back to that again. So that's where we're at. All
right, Ryan, you played, he said, in the AHL. What's it take to move up? What does it take in your game to move up and then move up another level?
I would say the biggest thing is be coachable. The coaches are your biggest supporter, biggest fan, and they're here to help. If Birdie says, jump off a bridge, I'll probably jump off a bridge. And then on top of that is just your compete level. Like, as you climb up the ranks, it only gets harder and more competitive. And then going along with that is the consistency of your game. You got to execute your details, and then you have to be a pro on and off the ice. You got to take care of your body. You got to eat the right stuff. And like Coach said, we got top-notch facilities. We have a good partnership with physio. We have the cryo chambers. We got it all. So to get to the next level, this is a great spot for these players.
Charles, what do you think? What is it going to take to move up another notch?
Well, like Ryan said, I think it's a lot about work ethic and execution. I think is the biggest thing. Just getting a little taste during training camp up there kind of showed me a little bit like, hey, like you can't be making, missing a pass or stuff like that. That little details that you have to work on every day to make sure that when you're going to go up to the next level, those little mistakes won't happen. So it's just really consistency and just work ethic.
Now, you talk about moving up. You said you got 6 guys under contract with the Calgary Flames. When the team started, those affiliations weren't there. How big of a deal is that for you guys and for your players?
Yeah, I mean, there's 29 teams in ECHL right now, and I believe 29 ECHL teams have affiliations with NHL teams, right? So with that being said, they look upon us as a developmental league, and that's what we want. We want to continue. And we're having these expansion teams that are continuing to come in. Well, that's only going to expand to 30 teams, right, in the NHL. So, where we are in the single A level to the double A to the triple A to the NHL, right? It all works itself out, right? For me as a coach, we want to move up too, right? So we want to be the best version of us, and the only way we can do that is continue to learn every single day, continue to grow every single day, continue to work with the players every day, and we want to win, right? So again, we're going to put the best players that we can on the ice. They're going to work for 60 full minutes, continue to play structured, detailed, dialed, and see what happens.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll continue our look at Rapid City Rush Hockey when we continue with this month's edition of Focus. I'm Jack Caudill. Welcome back to this month's edition of Focus, talking Rapid City Rush hockey with the season just underway. Scott Burt is the head coach and general manager in his 4th season here in Rapid City. Coach, you played 13 seasons of minor league hockey as a player. How has minor league hockey evolved since when you broke in?
Well, you're now seeing players that are starting here that are winning Stanley Cups and moving on the American Hockey League to the NHL and playing there, right? So it's been a little bit different. Back when I played, it was a little bit more rough and tumble and drop the mitts and pitter patter, get at her. More so now it's a more detailed, structured, quicker pace, faster, bigger, stronger. Guys that are working their way up to the NHL and making millions and millions of dollars.
How about life for the players? Is it a better situation for guys?
Well, a lot better now. You know, what these guys get every single day, apartments, the way our facilities are compared to back in the day. Here we don't bus anywhere, right? We fly everywhere. These players get opportunities to keep their airline miles and whatnot, right? So back in the day when I played, it was a lot of bus trips, a lot of grinding it out on the road. Here we stay at top-notch hotels, and these guys get treated the right way.
Ryan Wagner is a forward with his first season with the Rush. Ryan, you played at the University of Wisconsin with the U.S. Under-18 National Development Team, played both in the AHL and the ECHL. What was the big change from going from college hockey and development to getting into the pro game?
Everyone's good. Everyone's a pro. Once you step on that ice, you see it, you feel it. The speed of the game, like Coach said, everyone's strong, everyone's fast. At the college level, there's a lot of development that's still going on. At the pro level, most guys are already developed into like who they are, and yeah, the biggest thing I would say is just the speed and how fast the game comes at you.
Charles Martin is a defenseman from Quebec, Canada, in his 3rd season here in Rapid City. You played the college hockey at the University of Wisconsin Superior, then signed on with the Rush. What's the biggest adjustment for you from going from that up to the pro level?
Well, definitely not having school and just having to focus on hockey is one difference. But no, obviously, I think the college hockey might be a little bit more comfortable for some of the players, just because you're going to be at school for 4 years. Where once you get to the pros, it's your job, and there's going to be somebody else trying to take your spot every day. So I think there's that dynamic that's a little bit different, that you just really have to be on pinpoint every day when you go to work, compared to we're in college where you got to finish your degree no matter what, so you're going to be there for a while.
Now, this is a lot longer season when you get into pros. Hockey, an incredibly physical game. How do you adjust to those aches and pains and bangs and injuries through that long of a season?
It's definitely different. Just playing 3 games every week compared to playing 2 in college was a big adjustment. But it comes back to being a pro and really taking care of your body and doing what you got to do just to make sure you're ready for the next day and do it all over again every day.
How about you? How do you make it through a season? There's a lot of beating out there through a course of the year.
Yeah, like Chucky said, is taking care of your body. We are a very hardworking team, so we like to bang a lot of bodies and finish our checks. So there are definitely some bumps and bruises, but after the game, we hop in the cold tub. We have an amazing athletic trainer in Justin who takes care of us if we need cupping done, if we need extra stretching, if he needs to set us up with a massage therapist. We got it all, and it's kind of just on you to take the right steps to make sure you recover, and hey, you're right back at it the next night.
Coach, what do you guys do to try to keep these guys healthy, and is that something that you got to teach some of these guys along the way?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, it's the balance of, us being on the road and us being at home, right? So I think this week we got 3-3 in Wichita, then we're back for 3-4, so 6 games in 9 nights. So, and we push these guys every single day. So for myself and our staff, it's finding the balance of days off for these guys, when we can push them, when we can't push them. When's their hard practice, when's a lighter practice, and how long we put them on, through the grind daily. But again, at the end of the day, this is their job, right? And they chose the profession to play hockey. We try and make it as fun as we can. Sometimes we take it a little overboard, but we do, and we try to find the balance.
Now you guys get to all the other cities around the ECHL. How does Rapid City compare to the other cities and the arena and the atmosphere here compared to the rest of the league?
Well, I think it's great. I think teams don't like coming here at times, especially when it's cold out and the wind is blowing and they have to walk from their hotel to the rink. And, I like that because I can just get in my car and get into the rink, but they have to walk, right? So, for visiting teams, we want that. We want the guys that hate coming here, right? And on the flip side, our guys live in unbelievable apartments and they're treated very well. So, there's that balance between that, but we got great fans. They're loud, they're noisy, they're anxious, they're very supportive, and that's what we like.
Now, Ryan, you played a lot of places around pro hockey. How does this compare to the other places you've been?
Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Like Bertie said, with our fans and this community, you can just, even though it's small, they come together. They have our backs through thick and thin. I mean, started off the season 0-4, and we still, Friday, Saturday, they're cheering us all the way through. Even, unfortunately, Saturday night, like, we're down 5-1, and they were all in their seats until the buzzer went off, and then they're giving us stick taps or whatever at the end of the game. Like, yeah, we didn't play our best hockey, but they're here to support our highs and lows, and hopefully we turn that corner quick and give them a lot of highs to be cheering about.
All right, Charles, looking at you, third season here in Rapid City. How does this place compare to other places you've been around the league?
I think it's amazing here. The fans are great. Obviously, for me, it was pretty big change from college to here, just being at a smaller school. So it's just really exciting every game to go out and just have the crowd cheer for us, and just coming out and in front of 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people every game. We're just really lucky to have that big support in the community.
All right, we got to take another break. We'll continue and wrap up our look at Rapid City Rush hockey when we continue with this month's edition of Focus. I'm Jack Caudill. Welcome back to this month's edition of Focus, talking about Rapid City Rush hockey. Charles Martin, defenseman from Blanesville, Quebec, Canada, in his third season with the Rush. As Coach said, you guys, this is your job now. This is your full-time gig. What is it about hockey that you love?
Just everything about hockey I love. I think just how fast the game is, just being a team sport and having 20 other guys with you every day at the rink. Yeah, there's nothing I don't really like about the sport, honestly. That's just what I live for.
Ryan Wagner is a forward from Park Ridge, Illinois. In his first season with the Rush, you've obviously been playing hockey since you were a kid. What is it about the game?
Like Chucky said, it's kind of just, I love showing up to the rink, and it's like my second family. Like, I have a wife, 4 dogs at home, but I get to come to the rink every day, and these guys are my brothers. And there's nothing like going to war with your brothers, even if it's just practice or game. We get to come and we have a lot of fun. We work hard, but at the end of the day, it's a family, and it makes it all so worth it.
Coach Scott Burt, in his 4th season, head coach and general manager, you have made hockey your life's work as a player. Now you've coached a lot of places along the way. What is it you love about the sport of hockey?
Well, I grew up in Canada. And
so you had no choice.
That's a big deal, right? You go to high school where now we don't have football teams or volleyball or any of that, right? It's you go to hockey in the morning and you go to school, then you go right back to hockey. So it's kind of like second nature thing. But you go back to what these guys do, right? They're creatures of habits, right? So when you give them a chore or whatnot, they want to do that. And every single morning they know they got to go to work out. Then they come to the rink, and it's either watching video or we have team meetings. Then we go on the ice, and then they get opportunities to work on themselves. If it's getting themselves healthy and getting back or working on their game, and then they get an opportunity to go home, right, and relax a little bit. And guess what? The next day it's all over again, right? So, you kind of get into that world as you go and as you can continue to play and you move up in the ranks, right? So, that's how it is. We want to push our guys the best we can and make it fun for these guys. Make it fun. One big thing that we do with our staff is we allow our players to go out and adventure out, right? We want them to be a part of the community. Go check out Deadwood, the Hills, Custer State Park, right? We just don't want them to be mutes and go right from the rink, right to their apartment and play video games. We want them to venture out and enjoy where they're living, because one day you're going to be sitting there with your family and go, you know what, I lived in this place, but I never had an opportunity to go see Rushmore or Crazy Horse or any of that, right? So we're pushing our guys, you know, every day to go out and enjoy where you're living.
So Ryan, this is your first year here. What do you do when you get away from hockey around here?
Like I said, I got 4 dogs and a wife, so we do a lot of hiking. We actually just recently bought a house, so there's a few yard things I'm getting used to there. But South Dakota, Rapid City as a whole is an awesome spot for outdoors. Like Bertie said, you name it, we got it. So I actually am trying to learn how to fly fish. Millamock is an all-star at that, so he's been helping me out. So yeah, it's just enjoying what South Dakota and Rapid City has to offer, and not sitting inside playing video games every day. Touching sun a little bit.
Charles, how about you? What do you do when you get away from the game a little bit?
Well, for me, I wasn't a big outdoors guy before I came here, but I got the chance to go on a couple hikes. Over the time I've been here, been loving it around here. And there's so much to do around the city too. We've been golfing a little bit. So no, we've been around the Deadwood, like Coach said. We've trying to go around a little bit and just kind of discover what's around here.
Coach, how about you? Having the general manager duties as well, I can't imagine there's not an incredible large amount of free time for you, but what do you do when you get away from hockey?
Well, let me put it this way, there is zero. Zero. So it's every day early at the rink. You know, I do have a family too, a wife and a daughter. My daughter is 13, so she's in middle school right now. So, you know, if I have any off time, I try and spend as much time as I can with them. But they also understand that there's not much off time, right? I spend a lot of my time, most of my time down at the arena, get an opportunity to go home. And when I'm home, they know how much I love the game. There's usually a hockey game on. So there's work every single day to get these guys ready. And that's my job too, right? At the end of the day, when things are going maybe south, that's my job on the line. And it's my job to turn things around. So I take a lot of pride in that. I take a lot of pride in being a family man. But at the end of the day, it's making everyone happy.
How about the franchise? How important is it for you guys to be a part of the community here? How does that work, and how do you try to drive that?
We do. We try and get out. We want to build our brand, right? So our brand is the Rush brand. You see the ER. We have our players as much as they can wear Rush gear. When they're out in the community, we want them to be respectful. You know, we don't want them being out there getting themselves in trouble or any of that, nor have we had that, you know, since I've been here. So as long as our guys get out, we want to continue to build our brand, build the game here in Rapid City. Think about it. If Rapid City Rush hockey isn't here, what are we going to do in the wintertime? Not much, right? So we want to get out. We want to continue to promote our game, make Rapid City proud of us, and us proud to put on the Rapid City Rush jerseys. All right.
How much are you looking forward to the rest of the season here? You guys just a few games in now?
Yeah, it just started, right? So, you know, for us, I love getting away. You know, I love getting on the road. There's no distractions for these players. They have to get up. They have to do their job every single day. And as coaches, we'll prepare them every day to do their job. And we'll give them every access to anything that we can to help them do that. So, you know, they put the jerseys on and they go out and play. We can't get in their ear and tell them what to do here and there. They know how to play the game. Sometimes their skill has to take over. And we're hoping to turn that Friday night in Wichita.
You ever get the hankering to get out there and suit up and play again?
I don't know if these guys want to see me play. Those days are gone, but I do get out on the ice every single day with these guys. I bark a little too much, but I love being out there with them.
All right. I want to thank you guys for coming up. Scott Burt, Ryan Wagner, Charles Martin. Again, best of luck the rest of the season. 17th year with the Rapid City Rush. Doesn't seem like that long.
Goes by fast.
Goes quick. All right. That'll do it for us for this month's edition of Focus. Hope to see you again the first Sunday night of next month. Good night.